MiniWarGaming's Ask the Wargamer.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWargaming.com. Welcome Wargamers to Ask the Wargamer. In these series of videos, what I do is I grab random comments and questions that I find anywhere that MiniWargaming has an eagle eye view over and I can see and scrutinize. Be prepared to be scrutinized right now. Kind of like this guy right here. Devil Wrath says, "Hey Dave, could you please tell me where I could find an army of Space Marines for a decent price?" Army of Space Marines for a what do you mean decent price? Nothing is decently priced. Go to Australia if you want a decent price. Not SJ Whims. Hi Dave, any ideas on converting some Thunderwolves? All right, I got an idea. Take a picture of your dog at home and then send it to a 3D printer. They will send you a miniaturized 3D model of your dog. Then go to Herstarts and get him to cast 12 of them. Ryan Harrisay. Dear Dave, do you ever have to do some kind of ritual during a war game in order to make something work? Example, I found out I can't hit with the Nightbringer's shooting attack unless I say, "Taste my lightning," during the roll. Don't ask me why, that's just the way it works. I was wondering if you ever have to do anything similar to that. Do I ever have to do anything similar to that? I don't think I do anything similar to that. I don't think this right here counts as it either. See, this is normal. This right now. Shaz my bot. Dave, are you looking for any future voice actors for 40K Rejects, or are you going to stay strictly in-house? I have 4 other people at my command who'd be willing to assist you. You have 4 other people at your command. Why don't you go like rob a bank and become a millionaire? 4 other people in my... I wish I had 4 other people in my command. You know what I would do with this place? I don't know, I wish I had 4 people to tell me. That's what would happen. I have no idea. 4 people in my command. Why would you ask a question? That's what I would do too. I would start a small country. It'd be like Apocalypse and the 4 horsemen. I'd be the Apocalypse and the 4 horsemen would wreak havoc on everything that lives or breathes. And it would be a blood shower of awesomeness. It kind of made me happy just saying that out loud into words. I'm not an evil person. Cheeseman 12. Dave, I'm Jackson. I play Chaos Marines. I have a lot of Nurgle, including 2 Defilers. Should I get more Plague Marines or Land Raiders? Please respond and ask the Wargamer. You should get more Plague Marines. Why? Because the equivalent of the amount of Plague Marines that you would get to a Land Raider, the Plague Marines would do a lot more of awesomeness on the battlefield. In case you didn't know, Chaos have nerfed vehicles. There's always something equivalent or greater in another Space Marine army that's better than Chaos. Like the Dreadnought. Do not get the Chaos Dreadnought. And they don't have Power of the Machine Spirit, so don't get the Land Raider, get the Plague Marines. You will barf your enemy into submission. Horus. I got noticed. Well, with a name like Horus, of course you're gonna get noticed. You just go into a shopping mall and, hey, what's your name? I'm Horus. So you're the guy that betrayed everybody. Oh, Snagine is fielding a Tyrannifex. Good. Sure. Crows. Hey, once I made Ghazghkull Thraka run off the board with my Chaos Space Marine. That almost seems like an incomplete thought. With my Chaos Space Marine. With your Chaos Space Marine what? Chaos Space Marine Defiler? With your Chaos Space Marines? I don't think that would happen either. How can he run off the board? Ghazghkull Thraka. Is he fearless? Nick Lebel. Hi Dave, this is my first comment on your videos, but I have watched a few. I'm starting a Chaos Army. Nurgle scheme. Sorry. Why are you sorry with a Nurgle? That's cool. I got a bunch of Nurgle guys. I was wondering what you think would be the best and possibly cheapest way of going about it. I currently have a 10-man of Chaos Space Marines. I'm thinking 20-man Chaos Space Marines with 2 plasmas, some Plague Marines, Terminators with Typhus, and a Dreadnought for heavy support. Let me know how you think I should go about it. Having a themed army is always a good idea. Now, you forgot the heavy support. You gotta get your Defiler, he's gotta go in there, and you gotta nickname him something that you would nickname a Defiler that wouldn't be obvious that you should give him a nickname for. That's an articulated thought that's jumbled. That's what happens when you don't have a Voxcaster because you're Chaos. So apparently, Ghazghkull Thraka is not fearless. Now I can see why a Chaos Space Marine ran him off the board. But that's ironic, because Chaos Space Marines are not fearless either. You can have Space Marine, a Chaos Space Marine, a vanilla Chaos Space Marine, run a massive HQ Orc off the building board. Tactical retreat, leaving voluntary. It's like sick leave? Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, here's a doctor's note. I'm gonna just, don't forget the rhinos for the Plague Marines. They are immobile. Not quite immobile, that means they can't move at all, but they can't move very far. And you want to be able to at least move them a little bit. And although they have good toughness, they're still vulnerable to instant deathness of different weapons that will kill you. But forget the Dreadnought for heavy support. Do not get the Dreadnought for heavy support. I said Dreadnought, not Deadnought, because that's really what they are. They're Deadnoughts. They are useless. Chaos Space Marine Dreadnoughts are no good for anybody. They're a step up from Possessed, a step up from Fodder, which is Space Marine. Hey Dave, I have a Space Marine army with 3 combat squads, a captain, land speeder, and a biker. But what should I buy next? There seems to be a common theme. People are forgetting their heavy support. Whether it be a land raider, if that's pertinent in your army, if it counts as a heavy support. If you're a Space Marine, don't get it if you're a Chaos Space Marine. If you're a Defiler, if you collect Chaos Space Marines. Battle Wagon, if you're an Orc. Or if you're a vanilla Space Marine, like that sounds like you are, just get whatever heavy support that tickles your fancy. Having a heavy support and feeling it on the battlefield and sticking it in your player's face will instill fear and doubt and make him second guess his move. The Blood Angels happen to have that in their HQ slots, i.e. Mephiston. Yes, you. Yo12365. Hey Dave, I was wondering what the best HQ for a starting out Blood Angels army would be. I intend to be very assault heavy. I was kind of leaning towards the Sanguinor, but I see you using Mephiston and coming up very well with him. What are your thoughts on this? You do get a lot of attention. Is it because of your Sanguine Sword? Maybe it's because of your Force Weapon. Or maybe it's because you have 5 wounds. I really don't know. Initiative 7? That really could be it. Oh, it's because you have a jump pack equivalent if you make the roll. Maybe that's it. If you had a jump pack guy flying around the battlefield with a possibility of having strength 10 on the assault phase with 5 wounds that can't be instant killed, that's probably why you're the most popular HQ in the Blood Angels army. I said probably, not probably. That doesn't make sense. It sounds like a type of crap. Mecha 82. Dave could have used more time answering questions if he didn't have to joke around with his sister all the time. Look back in the video archives. You will see that nothing is a joke. I'm serious about everything that I say. Biscuits 97. OMG Epicosity. Can you imagine if there's like an internet slang acronym nursery rhyme book? Flippy puns. You should start playing golf. Do I look like a golfer to you? Do I look like a golfer to you? Nope. I'm not a golfer. Chaos Monolith. Why don't you bring other wargamers in to ask the wargamer for the episode? 2 opinions and twice the awesomeness.
I don't think 2 people commenting on the same thing is any better than 1.
No, why is that better? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Especially when it's you.
Well,
I mean, I lost my beard, so I mean, any opinion I have is kind of invalidated. How's Deafy doing?
Oh, he's alright. Since when are 2 opinions ever better than 1? I don't think that's ever been the case. Unless you're Smeagol, or unless you're someone else that has to, like Venom. You know, he's got 2 opinions about things. From SpiderMan King. Can I ask your sister on a date? How dare you ask me a question like that? Can I ask your sister on a date? Why would anyone ask my sister on a date? No, that's not gonna happen. Not in this lifetime or in the afterlife, in the chaotic world of Khorne, the Blood Throne. Nothing's gonna happen to that end in that sort ever in my lifetime, as long as I'm here, as long as... If you really want to ask her, just leave a comment. Lethouse. Dave, why don't you play Dark Eldar? I know why you play Blood Angels, and I understand, but Dark Eldar are more chaotic. I mean, they are really, really bad guys, and you can have fun to play them. Do I look like a clown? Why would I want to be a Harlequin when I can be...
He does kind of look like a clown. I think you'd really connect with the Dark Eldar. They are hard to be around. They take slaves.
Mythic Fire Dart. Hi Dave, first of all, you are brutally awesome. Secondly, I can't decide a 40k army to play at tourneys. It's either a vanilla Space Marine White Scars or Space Wolves. How does one qualify to be brutally awesome? Does that even make sense? How would you like to be brutally awesome?
Dave, you're so awesome!
And about which army to field? Space Wolves all the way. Not that I don't like vanilla ice cream. Cephx. Make more Eldar vids and your soul will be saved fro the warp. P.S. Wraith Lord still pwns Deafy. How does it feel to be pwned? And it's been a while since we made an Eldar vid. Maybe your soul will not be saved. Never mind, it just had a battle report against Joe. I think our souls are saved. You're still pwned apparently. Z-Orc. Dave, how should I use Space Marine Scouts? Usually they just die at the very start at the game, and I can't use them at all. Please respond. And to that I have 2 thoughts. 1, at the beginning of the game, are they uncovered? Because if they are, they get a save.
I do believe the problem is the orc. Need to play the orcs. Need to play the Space Marines. Why you don't play Space Marines if you're the orc? I don't understand.
And the most random award of the day goes to... Or you could just do this. Don't field them, because they're not Eldar Scouts, which have Eldar trickery, and have everything better than regular Space Marine Scout. What are they, exactly? Who fields them, really? So keeping them in cover with sniper rifles seems to be the good tactic here. Acting confused as to why you're losing them at the beginning of the game. The other thing to consider is that you're actually losing them at the beginning of the game, which means that he's focusing his firepower on your scouts, which he's scared of, apparently, for no reason at all. Why is he scared of scouts? You shouldn't be afraid of scouts, but he is afraid of scouts, which is a good thing, because you can use your other guys to shoot other things when it's your turn. Jacobinator. Dave, I have a problem. I want to send you chocolate, but I live in the USA. I'm afraid that the candy will melt. What do I do? You live in Canada. It's not gonna melt if it's in the mail. It's cold. Being afraid that something won't work is never a reason not to start doing it, especially if it's sending chocolate to a guy that you watch in videos. Out of context, that sounds weird. Communist gecko. Hey Dave, just a quick question. In general, which is better, the Storm Raven or the Chaos Land Raider? Storm Raven. Have you ever fought against the Storm Raven? P.S. Loving the Blood Angels and Captain Slaughter's Rejects. Spaz Marine. I don't know much about Chaos, so I want to know one thing. WTF is a defiler. How dare he desecrate the ground we walk on? What defiler? Saying what's a defiler is like saying who's Mahanrai Moriankimer? Tarragonable? Tarragonable. Tarragonable.
Tarragonable.
Tarragon. Tarragon? Tarragonable. Is that right? Tarragon?
Pretty sure.
What's a tarragon?
Turvagon?
That doesn't say tarragon, it says tarragon. It's like a dinosaur. Terratoo? Temmet. Tau? Tau. He likes the Tau. That's what it is. Why didn't you just say Tau lover?
I know.
Hey Dave, I'm Dave. Just asking. Is it bad that I play both demons and Grey Knights? You know, there's two types of people. There's fence sitters, and then there's players on both sides of the fence. It's bad to be both. You know what the difference is between the both? There's no difference. Mitchell667. Hey, Dave. When will there be a massive War of the Ring battle? I think I would be really cool if you did something like that for Saruman. When was the last time that you saw Lord of the Rings anything in your lifetime? You're really expecting that Hobbit movie to be really good, aren't you? You're one of those people that goes to like the midnight showing the night before it's released, dressing up in the costumes. Not like I've ever done that before. I'm not a LARPer or a cosplayer. Jim 101. Hey Dave, I'm trying to choose an Imperial Army for 40k, except for vanilla Marines, but I can't decide. Oh, please, can you help me pick one? I like close combat and an average amount of shooting per turn. Thanks for your help. You like close combat and an average amount of shooting per turn. That's like everyone's dream that collects 40k. I want to be good at everything. What should I collect? Grey Knights. But don't be like that other guy who plays both sides of the fence. That's gotta be really uncomfortable to do that. Spend most of your time hopping. Like, you're not even playing. That's all the time I have questions for right now. Thank you to everybody who have left comments. If you wish to send chocolate before Christmas, any chocolate with almonds in them, or Snickers, or Wonder Bar, or Symphony, or Ferrero Rocher. I don't really like coconut, chocolate coconut. No, that doesn't do anything for anybody.
Be warned, American chocolate it's not Canadian chocolate.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's like half the amount of sugar content.
It's cocoa.
Cocoa has no sugar in it though.
I know, it's chocolate.
Right, but
If you put less cocoa, it's less chocolate. It's more waxy. It's more American. It's sad.
Americans are waxy?
A little bit. A little bit.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It means they don't taste as good.
What are we, cannibals?
Not at all.
I wonder if you were to like wave one of them over a fire, if they would melt. They probably would.
Germans melt.
How do you know?
Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Visit MiniWarGaming.com to see our videos 1 month early.